Okay, hi everybody. My name's Terry Bowen, and I am one of the speakers and presenters at this year's Interior Alignment and Soul Coaching conference called A Home for Your Soul, which is in Orlando this 3rd, 4th, and 5th of November. And my guest today is Meadow Linn. Hi, Meadow.
Hi! It's so nice to connect with you and to chat with everybody here on Facebook or wherever else you're watching this video.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, Facebook, maybe Twitter as well. So we're all over social media. And Meadow is going to be our keynote speaker. So I'm really excited to introduce Meadow and then also to hear her speak in Orlando. So a little bit about Meadow, if you haven't heard. Meadow Linn is a chef and health and vitality coach who's been passionate about good food since she was old enough to crawl into the cupboards. She has a master's degree from Columbia University, where she studied the history and sociology of eating in France. Meadow is the co-author of the fantastic Mystic Cookbook, which was listed by PBS Food as one of the top 5 cookbooks for the holidays and inspired a keynote address live to 3,000 people and streamed worldwide. Meadow teaches hands-on cooking both in the USA and internationally. She is the founder of the Mystic Chef culinary training, which combines spirituality, mindfulness, and consciousness with the act of nourishing ourselves. Meadow's recipes and articles on living deliciously appear in numerous publications stateside and abroad. And I've known Meadow for a few years, and we've connected. And I know when she talks and when she's talking about food, it's divine. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to November already. And her keynote is called "Created a Healthy and Joyous Body for Your Soul." So would you mind just sharing a little bit about what it is that you're going to be talking about in your keynote?
I am so delighted to be sharing a bit about this talk, and I am so excited for November, for this conference, for Orlando. I'm just like jazzed, can't wait. But you asked me about my talk, so
Yeah.
Little known fact, the greatest indicator of happiness is not education or income. But you have to come to the top to find out what the greatest indicator of happiness is. And also, for those who attend the talk, you will get to take part and learn about my 5-step plan, strategies, tips, techniques for bringing more joy, health, and vitality into your life. And believe it or not, it's not hard, and it's easy, and it can be done in a sense and state of joy and fun. So I do hope you'll consider coming to this fantastic conference to learn these 5 tricks, 5 strategies, and a couple things I'll tell you about food and healthy eating and savoring your food, which is something I'm passionate about. And here's an interesting study that they did at a university a number of years ago, where they hired actors to have a pizza meal together. And they hired actors so that actual personal issues and feelings wouldn't get in the way of this research. And they hired the 4 actors to play it being 2 different couples. And they were so happy to be dining together. And they measured each participant's blood cholesterol level before the meal and then afterwards. And afterwards, of course, they just had a pizza meal. Their blood cholesterol had elevated. Right. But because they've been eating in a state of joy, it actually dissipated after the meal. And then, so that's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
You eat all this pizza and your body's not holding on to all that supposed bad cholesterol because you're eating in a state of joy. Then they had the same actors have the same meal. They measured all the cheese, and it was exactly the same. This time they were angry, mortal enemies, really unhappy to be having this meal and being with these people. And after the meal, their blood cholesterol elevated again. But this time, it did not dissipate.
Ooh.
So we often look at food as simply nutrition. It's made up of fats and carbohydrates and sugars, and it has these micronutrients and these minerals. But food is not just about what's physically in it. There's also these emotional and spiritual and components of belief that all get mixed in. So to have a balanced, joyful, healthy body, healthy life, I'm going to be showing in this keynote talk easy tips, tricks, and showing research that backs up these tips and tricks and strategies and techniques of how you can bring more joy, more balance, more health, more vitality into your life through the way that you approach your meals, but also through the way that you approach other aspects of your life. And one of the, Terry, you mentioned the book that my mom and I wrote, the Misfit Cookbook, and one of the kind of taglines or mottos in that is savor your meals, savor your life. Yeah. And it's so true when you take that time to slow down and notice the textures, the tastes, the smells, the sensations in your food, or if you're going for a walk, you take what I call a savoring walk, and you're savoring the beauty around you. And maybe it's something as simple as a beautiful plant or flower, or maybe it's a blade of grass that's like pushed its way through the pavement. Just taking time to recognize those things begins to create this template of more health, more joy in your life. And when you feel more joy, you actually will be healthier. And there's an interesting study they did with 5,100 people on cardiovascular health. And for those who are optimistic about their future, their cardiovascular score was double, 2 times better. And that was based on cholesterol, exercise, physical fitness, weight. So 2 times better simply by being optimistic. And one of the ways to be optimistic is to find joy and simple pleasures in the present. And you can do this with food, which is a lot of what I talk about, but also there are some other strategies as well that we will be talking about in this great conference. I'm so excited for it.
I'm excited now. Okay. I'm going to be ringing you up. I want a preview of this talk. Okay, so the theme of our conference this year is A Home for Your Soul. What does a home for your soul mean to you?
In typical Libra fashion, well, it could be this or it could be this. but for me, it's the soul is kind of this intangible part of ourselves. And the home for it is both this physical body that we're in. It's the home that we live in. So the physical place that we call home. It's our way of being in the world. It's finding a way to feel comfortable in our own skin, for my mind, is a home for your soul. And that's with, this skin. And then also the places that we call home, whether that is our bedroom or our apartment or house, and then beyond that, feeling at home where you live, in your village, in your town, in your city, in your country. Because for some of us, we don't feel at home in those places. Yeah. And then it's much harder to feel at home in your skin. Yeah. So it's each of those aspects and finding those places where we really feel most in harmony, most in balance. And when you feel at home for your soul is when you actually then can be feeling more optimistic. And then when you're more optimistic, you can have better health. And when you're feeling excited and joyous about things, you tend to make better food choices. I know you want to keep this short, but I know for another example.
I'm loving listening to you, so keep going.
Years ago, I went to the dentist, and basically she told me my teeth were crap. Is what I felt like. She didn't use those words. That's kind of what I came away with. And I was like, well, what's the point of even flossing if I'm going to have, I just felt like it was a lost cause. Wow. And later I found out this was a dentist who actually was trying to drum up a lot of extra money and business. So when I went to another dentist, she actually complimented me on my teeth. She says, they look great. You must floss all the time. And I was like, well, yeah. So I wanted to prove her right. So I went home and I started flossing, and I have not stopped flossing since. And it's been years. But where was I going with this? But the point is that when you start to feel better about yourself, more at home, your soul has a place to be home. You feel comfortable. You feel uplifted and successful, as I did with my flossing of my teeth, you're more likely to continue to make choices that bring more health, joy, and vitality into your life. So, the flossing is a tiny example of that, but it rings true for me.
Brilliant. I love that.
Now everyone's going to go start flossing.
Yep, definitely. Ah, brilliant. That was great. Well, thank you for your time, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you in Orlando. So for everybody listening, we have there's a 2-day concert, 2-day
Okay, who
conference.
knows? I do teach about singing to your food, so maybe it will turn into a concert.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so it's a conference at the moment, but we may have some singing. I am not singing, but there may be some singing. Which is on the 4th and 5th of November. We have links either down here or up there. I'm not too sure which way the video will display those. And also, if you have studied with Denise Linn, Meadow's mom, either through soul coaching or interior alignment, or you're part of our practitioner community, or you've studied on via Hay House online. We also have a practitioner day where many of our speakers will be taking you through how to build an even deeper understanding of your business. So please check out our website. We've got 3 days really of some wonderful talks. You can do the 2-day option, which again is just beautiful. And this is where Meadow will be speaking as well as many other international speakers. So coming from I was going to say England. That's me. Also all over from America, Canada, and also someone from Australia as well. So it promises to be a wonderful conference. And we will both look forward to seeing you there. Thank you again, Meadow, for your time.
I look forward to seeing everybody there. Sign up. You won't regret it. This is an amazing opportunity at a great price to see some really stellar teachers and people who are really making a difference in the fields that they work in. So do sign up and come join us in Orlando.
Thank you. Cheers then. Goodbye.
Bye.